Man oh man, Charlie Kirk's situation has many of you in a frenzy. You have millions of people feeling sympathy, compassion, and expressing condolences to his friends and family. Then you have people out here shaming him and celebrating his death. And I would bet a lot of those inhumane people never even heard of him until this tragic situation. And I bet many of them only seen the 20-second clips of him on social media and not his full videos. I myself, of course, I've heard about bro, and I've seen a few of his videos here and there throughout the years, but I never really followed him. I never really knew who he was. But since his unfortunate situation, I have seen him all over social media and have went down the rabbit hole to get a better understanding of the man they call Charlie Kirk. However, I do follow Candace Owens, Caitlin Bennett, Brandon Tatum, and all three of them people have ties to Charlie Kirk in some type of way, which explains why I've heard of him and seen some of his videos. I see many people go back and forth of who to blame. You have the so-called leftists or Democrats blaming the so-called right or Republicans. You have these right side or Republicans blaming these leftists or Democrats. I've seen people say Tyler Robinson was a Trump supporter or a Nick Ferenza's follower, who I'm not really sure who that is, except for they call fool a right-wing racist, which is pretty typical for this day and age if you disagree with the so-called left Democrat side. Nonetheless, there is many lies out there, misinformation and propaganda, and a lot of you humans are soaking it all up like a sponge and regurgitating it without doing any of your own read, research, repeat process to actually even try to get any facts of the situation. Like most situations the elite push on us, you have gotten emotional and jumped to conclusions and aligned yourself with whatever narrative fits your perspective. So I'm going to comb through some of this information that we have given as of now. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin lived with a transgender partner who was in the process of transitioning from male to female, a law enforcement source confirmed to the Post Saturday. That individual, who has yet to be publicly identified by the authorities, is now fully cooperating with the FBI on its investigation. According to public records, Lance Twiggs, 22, resided at the same address where Robinson lived. A relative of Twiggs confirmed to the Post Saturday that yes, they were roommates. The family member who asked not to be identified said Twiggs was the black sheep of their St. George, Utah family, but declined to speculate on a romantic relationship between the two men. She said she didn't know her relative's politics or whether Twiggs was transitioning to become a woman, but added that it wouldn't surprise her. A neighbor claimed 2 weeks ago several people driving cars without a neighbor claimed 2 weeks ago a neighbor claimed 2 weeks ago several people driving cars with out-of-state plates were seen going in and out. They did not give off a good vibe, the neighbor said. People all over social media have posted Tyler in a Trump shirt and talking about how his parents are registered Republicans. The parents of him in the Trump shirt, the picture of him in the Trump shirt is a photoshopped and fake. Yet the real picture only has thousands of likes and views, where the fake Photoshop photo has millions of likes and views. When this whole Charlie situation happened, I had no idea how big it was or how big it was going to be. Still is, and still going to be for that matter. But the impact he had on people is huge. I seen this clip from they call him an American liberal political commentator and TikTok live streamer, who was supposedly rivals with Charlie Kirk, but his name's Dean Withers. And when he found out about Charlie Kirk's assassination, he broke down on the internet. I see a lot of people comparing Charlie Kirk to freedom fighters and civil rights activists such as Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, the president JFK, etc., etc. You know, all type of people who fought for freedoms for humanity. People calling him a hero. I came across a clip from Malcolm X. Many people are saying this is deeper than politics and ideology, saying that this is more spiritual and has to do with his faith. I went to church today, Sunday, and the pastor at church also brought up Charlie Kirk and how this was not about politics, but about how he spread the gospel and the word of Jesus Christ and was getting through to Gen Z and millennials. I looked up what his name meant on Google, Charlie Kirk, and it said that the name Charlie means free man. The name Kirk is of Old Norse origin and derived from the word kirkja, meaning church.